Let me get this straight. You blew up a building.
2 CIs and the CEO of 22andU.
Two competing federal agencies with the same mission.
I don't understand why those Fed a-holes are so darn mean.
To protect the public from the scourge of dangerous misinformation.
You know those bum idiots. This is all them. We had a solid case.
The word entrapment, not even in their vocabulary.
The explosives we provided were fake.
Sworn to a duty to always tell the truth.
We have no indication at this time that this was a deliberate act.
We're all being transferred.
To where?
The only place currently with openings. Alaska.
Good morning.
Welcome to the office, huh?
And we got the retro feel. You know, the funny about federal buildings, they're all different, but they're still somehow all the same.
Oh, good morning, Agent Walker. At the coffee station. We actually drew straws before he got here, and I won, so we get to work together.
Let's get started. Let's see if we can't stir something up.
Let's give it a minute. I like to warm up the truth muscles a little coffee beforehand.
Well, what do you want to do first?
What do we have for a surveillance fan?
Oh, wow. I got a Ford Explorer. We don't have a surveillance van.
Do you put many cases here?
Cases?
Yeah, cases. We're the tip of the spear when it comes to protecting American democracy.
You really believe this? You really believe that people posting crap online is going to cause our country to crumble?
I think the work that we do is important.
We don't have a surveillance van.
Missing people got one. We've never needed one.
We need a surveillance van. We need a big case or a CI who can lead us to a big case.
What do you need the van for?
Surveillance.
CIs, or confidential informants, are the lifeblood of any good law enforcement agency. Public posts on social media are one of the best ways to find CIs. Agents would never use coercion or take things out of context to try and persuade someone to become a confidential informant.
The new Taylor Swift single is absolute fire. I'm just seeing a lot of incendiary and violent language here.
Agents always need to be on their toes and ready to make snap decisions.
Is there anything I can do for you guys? Actually, David, there is something you can do for us.
Chicken nuggies.
Chicken nuggies.
What?
Cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger. McDonald's cheeseburger.
Burger King.
Burger King cheeseburger.
Flame broiled.
Chicken nugget.
Oh, baby, know you're gonna like it. I wanna be your beaver pilot. Said, honey, know you're gonna like it. I wanna be.
Awesome, right?
Is this a loner?
This thing's totally legit.
What is this? It's got windows!
Well, hey.
Howdy,
Hello,
howdy.
everybody.
You.
It was.
Notice now, when it gets done with the video, it unmutes automatically.
Hooray and happy Saturday.
Yay!
Yay! We made it to Saturday. Such a nice day.
It was, yeah.
That was okay.
You know.
Oh, this energy is just amazing.
How was your week, Jody? Sorry, I was actually resetting my mic, so I couldn't do anything.
I was eating a tomato.
Well,
You're eating a tomato.
so the energy is low on due of a tomato. Yeah, good week, good week. Same old school and teaching and business and family.
Just busy, huh?
Always, you know me. Always.
Yeah, Michael, anything new since, I don't know, last night?
Knowledge is knowing tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is knowing not to put it in a fruit salad.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen.
See that.
My husband,
I can see that.
Michael Clark.
Are you
Just
sure
take
it's
that home,
not
put
good
it in-
enough?
Just write that down, put it in your pocket, take it with you. It's knowledge for good.
Have you ever tried it in a fruit salad, though?
No, I have wisdom.
But if it's, but if you haven't tried it in a fruit salad, how do you know it's not good in a fruit salad?
I used wisdom.
Past experience plus common sense
Okay, all right.
equals wisdom.
Or another way you could say it is just ask me. Michael, should you put tomato in fruit salad?
That's true because you're such a black and white guy. Yeah, it's a yay or nay. There is no in between with you. It's all the in between with me. That's for sure.
But what if they're
I'm
like
very gray.
like the little tiny sweet tomatoes? Would that work?
No.
Damn it. All right.
I mean, I'm with him on this one.
Fried green tomatoes? No.
Fried green tomatoes.
I'll eat those.
In a fruit salad?
No.
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 Okay.
No.
All right,
Tomato
I got
greens? No.
you.
The children were fascinated by pickles, knowing that it was cucumbers pickled, and the word pickle is in a sense a verb and a noun.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Because you could have a pickle and you could have something that is pickled.
Mm-hmm.
Should we tell them about Saul?
You're in the
Should we tell them about your friend Saul?
State of pickling.
Oh, yeah. And then Michael has this about Saul.
Suppose you have a friend named Saw, and you saw trying to get into a jar of. Hold on, off the. Okay, you saw your friend Saw trying to get into a jar of salsa with a handsaw. Would you tell anyone about how you saw salsa?
Probably not.
I probably would, actually, maybe.
Yo, you hear about my friend who saw salsa? It's on sale.
The salsa's on sale.
Salsa's on
You
sale.
saw salsa.
How was your week, Robbie?
My week was okay.
Yeah.
Not too bad. Yeah. We, work was work. It's always work. And then, Michael and I had a couple of chats this week, had a couple of live streams. That was fun.
Yeah, fun.
Tuesday and then
And I paid
Thursday.
Ooh. For no reason.
Look at that.
Yeah, Michael,
For no
you really
reason.
gotta when you own your own business and you work with your spouse, and you're trying to be co-workers and co-managers and all this stuff. And you go, what did you do today at the store? Like you said, the store was, quiet or something like that. And you're like, hey, what work did you produce? And there is no work produced, but he painted a box. So I feel like our definition of work is a little muddled on that one. Here I am slamming the books, or dusting or doing this or that actual work. And then he's just there painting. Yes, I see you, honey. I see you pointing. I see it. Good job.
But the box is actually kind of cool looking.
It's cool, yes. How long did it take him? That's the question.
Then it was done.
Oh, that's such a Michael answer.
Who said it was done?
There's a couple flaws here I could correct.
Sure, rather than something else. Hanging up a picture. Shut up. What's that behind you, Robbie?
Is that a
dinosaur?
New, it is a dinosaur. Oh, on the wrong.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That's pretty dope.
You know where that was? You know where this is from?
Yes.
A U-Haul.
Yes. Yes. It was somebody's trash, and now it's our treasure.
Yes, exactly. But how do you leave that? That's what I don't understand.
I think they left it on purpose because they wanted to just give us their remnants that they didn't want.
Which I just
and now we don't got it anymore.
Yeah.
So it's not even a problem.
Now it's
It
in
was
pieces.
actually a really nice.
It was really
well
Yeah.
done. It was well made.
It was really nice. Now it's in 4 pieces. No.
Oh God. And this is why we can't have nice things.
It's fine.
Ooh, that's nice. Yeah, that's really cool.
It cracks me up about the T-Rex because we're just assuming it was like this ferocious, terrible monster.
Right.
When it's entirely possible it could have been just like a 2-ton chicken.
Could have been.
Just kind of terrorizing around, clucking around, you know. Just,
but it was I mean, they know it was a meat eater, so it had to be a little bit ferocious.
Well, that's because all the rest of the dinosaurs were made of meat.
Well.
I mean, if a rooster can catch a field mouse, it makes it a meat eater too.
Yeah. I'm not here to judge. Just watch and judge.
I mean, they do say that they're a lot like chickens, which that was a very chickeny sound just now.
So,
yeah.
Well, and the like birds are like the closest besides alligators or crocodiles, like the ancestors or the survivors, if you will, of the dinosaurs. Birds are
right.
So yeah.
No. Okay.
That's just another reason, just put that on list 8,052,052 of why I like to live in Anchorage, Alaska, is because we don't have alligators up here or crocodiles. We don't have to worry about in the backyards.
No snakes.
No snakes.
Centipedes.
No bugs.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
No,
like
it just
you visit Arizona or Mexico or somewhere like that, and the bugs.
We have the 3 most common types of bears, though: polar, grizzly, and black.
Yeah, but
bigger.
And if you're like any sort of outdoors person, you go hiking or whatnot, you might run into 2 out of 3 of them.
Even in town, maybe not a polar bear, probably not a grizzly bear.
And if you are where the polar bears live, by the time it's interacting with you, it saw you a long time ago. You just noticed it.
He hides his nose.
What?
Gonna get you.
Because it's the only black thing on the bear. So when it snowed, it's got to hide its nose.
Gonna get you.
Oh my goodness!
Can't see me.
Can't see me.
I'm gonna rip you apart and eat you alive.
Yeah, that's the North Slope area. They have cages outside your, outer door.
Just in case you had
you
to put
step
yourself in
outside
them,
and there's a polar bear right there.
and you put yourself. Well, they can reach in.
Mm-hmm. Well, but you still have to. You stay in the back of the cage. And they can't. You just hope that cage was made well.
And it's not. And you remember your coat.
Yeah, I wonder if I can find that. There's like the warning of the 3 different types of bear attacks, where it's like play dead.
Well, if it's fight back. If it's brown, get on the ground. If it's white, you're gonna die.
Yeah,
You're gonna die.
Kiss your butt goodbye.
It's like the best situation is if you have a firearm on you. The best spot to aim is right between your own eyes.
Oh.
If a polar bear charging you or a grizzly.
Well, see, the thing about the polar bear or even the grizzly is they don't wait for you to die before they start eating.
Obviously.
Oh, well, no. I mean, other animals make sure to kill you first. Up to them, it's not a big deal.
Which
they're fine with your cries.
The polar bear, you mean?
The polar bear or the grizzly?
What, is the black bear going to be upset?
The black bear's actually a pussycat, and chances are it ran off as soon as you put your hands in the air and say, "Hey, get out of here, stupid bear!"
Unless you bother its cubs.
Well, that's just your own dumb mistake.
That is true. That is your own dumb mistake. I'll say that proud.
Yep.
Too many people go over to the side of the road with their little cameras taking pictures of cute little baby bears. And then there comes mama.
Well, I mean, so we're talking about snakes and alligators and stuff, but up here we have the giant things that will kill you, and down there, like Arizona or wherever, you've got little bugs or scorpions or snakes or spiders. We've got giant bears. We got moose. We haven't seen a moose stomping in a while either, because some of those will get you. I remember that there was that guy
in the 90s. There was some.
The UAA one sticks out. Yes.
That poor person wasn't messing with the moose. She didn't even know.
Yeah.
Right. No, exactly.
My mama had to.
Crazy.
She didn't get stomped, but she got challenged by a moose.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I've had to call in moose on my way to work before.
Well, yeah.
You step out of the house, there's just a moose between you and your car.
You ain't going nowhere.
Well,
so are you. You ain't going nowhere.
I'll hang out here, I suppose.
Well, then there's that one time the bear was in our front yard eating our garbage. We weren't expecting that.
Yeah. Well, I came home nighttime, and the garbage is just strewn across the driveway. Well, I don't remember leaving it like that.
I didn't do it.
Yeah, and so I go home and I, go back on the cameras until I find a spot where the garbage was how we left it, and then go forward just watching. And sure enough, in the darkness and whatnot, and it's nighttime, so the cameras go to black and white. You really can't see a black bear.
Mm-hmm.
But sure enough, it was the weirdest thing because the bear came up just like he did this every day. It wasn't, looking around for nothing. He just, here we go, right into the trash can.
Right.
And it was like the only time that we've known this has ever happened, but the bear came in with so much confidence.
Yeah.
Like he knew right where, I got a jackpot right here.
Yeah, it was just pretty, could be scary, but it wasn't, so it was awesome.
We had a moose one time. It was more of a juvenile one, like yearling, or probably a just after yearling, that destroyed our Halloween pumpkin on our porch. Just sat there and had lunch.
Oh, really? The moose did.
Yeah. So, and that was another one we just watched it happen on the cameras because he came home and your freaking neighborhood kids smashed their pumpkin. I go check out. Yeah, it was a kid, but it wasn't a human kid.
So we had one that it was a brown bear. It had cubs.
Oh,
and
you got a fun one.
It discovered some. I don't even remember what it got into, but it got into something around our house that we accidentally left out. I don't remember if it was trash or something. I think it was before we had trash service, and so we had to keep going to the dump.
Mm-hmm.
And so it got into something, and then so it wanted more of that. So for like 3 or 4 days, this thing hung around, and it had like I said, it had multiple cubs. So it's like Cat got up one morning. There's like little bear cubs playing in the yard and the mom just sitting there. And it's like, it's cute and all, except when it's in your yard. Because I opened the door one time just as the bear was walking away. And so I saw this very wide bear butt going away from me, like 5 feet wide. I'm like, Jesus, that is a huge freaking bear.
And no real clip in its step either. It's probably just taking his time.
Oh yeah, just like, go away, bear. We don't want you anymore.
In fact, you weren't invited to start with.
Yeah, exactly.
You overstayed your welcome when you got here.
Yeah. And then Cat was walking down the driveway one time too and came across like a moose, part of a moose skeleton, basically, like a cub.
Oh,
or not a cub, but like a yearling moose or something, but just like the backbone or whatever.
They got bared.
Just about the same time, this bear comes walking around the corner and down at the bottom of the driveway,
picking something out of its teeth.
Oh yeah, and then stood up on its hind legs, and so she's like, okay. Turn around, started walking the other way, and it's maybe I should not turn my back on.
No.
And then so
it's like rule number 3.
So yeah, I mean, obviously she's fine because she's still here.
Yeah, I mean, she did well, I guess, but
she made it. But still, it's like one of those things where
aircraft number 2 defeats the bandit with a missile shot, but still, it's something we should not do.
No, something you not do. Okay, so you.
Oh, and I missed it.
You did mention aircraft, and we have had it's been some bad luck recently with aircraft.
It's very upsetting and very disturbing.
Yeah. So, but before we get into, a few weeks ago we had the incident in Washington D.C. with the airliner, and the thing was the first like major aircraft accident in like 20 years, 16 years at least.
First midair collision.
Yep. There was. Now, Michael and I looked at this, and this was the guy in the diner that got hit in the head with a piece of that. This was the Philadelphia one. Sorry, this was the Philadelphia one.
Yes.
So this guy's sitting in a diner and gets hit in the head with a piece of debris, right? And you can even see the thing come through, like right there. See the pieces, like right there.
Oh.
That's after it flew through a window.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, it came through a window and then knocked his hat off. You can see it flying right there. There's pieces of glass, and it knocked his hat off. He is okay, though. Found out that he's fine. He got a little bump on the head, but he was not hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was
well, thank Buddha he was wearing that hat. If not, he'd be going as a piggy bank next Halloween.
Yeah. So this was
slot in the back
today. So
slot for the coin. Yeah.
Farmers in Iowa lined a highway Saturday to honor Bob and Lori Schrock, a beloved couple who died in the January 29th Black Hawk helicopter flight 5342. We see all the
nice.
What are those called? Gosh darn it.
Those are combines.
Combines. Thank you. Good Lord.
Don't ask me.
And I'm guessing, I just know it's a popular farm equipment.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a combine.
I think it is. Or it's yeah.
I know it's expensive.
I know it's a harvester.
Yeah. So that's kind of a neat tribute. They had them lined up on the highway. So
it's a bit of a coincidence that's Kiowa. And when Kiowa is a name of a common Army helicopter.
Oh, okay.
You know, like you have the Apache, the Black Hawk, and Kiowa is another tribe they named a helicopter out of.
Yeah. And then there was another story that was this came out of the Philadelphia one too, where this kid was like, when it happened, him and his little sister were in the car, and he actually threw his body on top of his sister, got hit in the head with a piece of debris.
Little boy injured during the Philadelphia plane crash when the jet crashed down near their car.
And then
Stephanie Ramos spoke to his father, and she joins us from Philadelphia. Good morning.
This is a really, one of those stories that comes out of this.
The family of that little boy named Trey tell us doctors initially told them he would never walk again because of his injuries. But the family tell us he has made tremendous progress and survived against all odds.
This morning, investigators combing through evidence into what may have caused that medical transport jet to crash in Philadelphia Friday, injuring at least 24 people and killing 7, 6 on board the jet and 1 person on the ground. The cockpit voice recorder now in the hands of the NTSB, and now the family of one of the survivors, a 10-year-old boy, sharing their experience.
My baby in there. It's hard. See him like that.
Trey Howard was seriously injured by flying debris.
Felt like it was a movie, like a horror movie.
His dad, Andre Howard Jr., says he was picking up donuts with 3 of his kids, ages 4, 7, and 10, when the jet came crashing down.
That's a whole plane right there burning, y'all.
It sounded like a missile was firing bullets, metal at my car, everyone else's car.
Andre immediately backed up his car while his son Trey covered his little sister, protecting her.
I turn around, he has metal outside of his head.
A police officer rushed them to the hospital where he had emergency brain surgery.
What were you told Friday?
That it was a strong chance he might not survive.
Miraculously, he's now awake and recovering, even talking.
He says thank you to everybody. He cries, Daddy, I'm a celebrity. No, you're bigger than a celebrity. You're a superhero.
A little superhero that has been through so much in the last few days. To lift his spirits, one of his favorite NBA players, the 76ers, Tyrese Maxey, visited him in the hospital. Trey's family says they are so grateful for everyone's support, but most importantly, to still have their little boy.
Absolutely, absolutely. We hear Trey is a big Eagles fan.
So yeah, that's just to be that young and have that much sense to, throw yourself on top of your sister. And then the first thing you ask is, did I save my sister?
Yeah.
Which is just very, very cool to see.
Poor kids still got a long way to go, I imagine.
I know.
Yeah. But you know how kids are. Kids are resilient. They really are.
Look at our sad faces, Michael. This week has been very, very difficult dealing with so much loss and so much just life taken. And it's.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then we had.
Then we had the one here, which
in Western Alaska.
Yep. Which,
do they know anything of why it went down, or is it still under investigation? I know they've just listed the people now, but
I
don't know.
Said, let me share this. So this was one story that I picked up. So we'll probably
with neighbors, windows, and doors.
Ah,
that's really one of our cast members lost a good friend on that flight.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right. So.
Passenger plane near Nome is ramping up as local, state, and federal authorities, including the FBI, are all assisting in the effort. We are awaiting new details in a joint agency press conference shortly. But while we wait for that to get started, investigative reporter Johnson Kuhn joins us now with what we know about the joint effort to locate the plane carrying 10 people. Johnson.
That's right, Kristen. This is an all-hands-on-deck situation.
So they did find the plane. And they found all the people on there. So this was a little earlier. I did see it because they said that they had found something that caused the plane just a rapid loss in elevation and speed. So whether it had a stall or something, I don't know. But
the FBI has joined the Nome Volunteer Fire Department, the White Mountain Fire Department, Coast Guard, National Guard, DOT, and more in this critical effort. Here's a look at the flight radar. That flight headed for Nome, as you can see here, took
So it was lost over water?
Over ice.
yeah,
Over ice.
This is all ice right here
2:37
at this
PM
point.
yesterday and dropped off the radar. Last reporting info roughly 40 minutes later over Norton Sound. In an update this morning, the Nome Volunteer Fire Department noted search coverage increased in the daylight hours and ground crews geared up once again. As we mentioned, that press conference is taking place now, so we're going to cut to that.
Okay, so we don't need to watch the press conference, but yeah, so this was like pictures of the scene there. So, it looks like they did try and put.
But they came in hard.
Yeah, you can see there's a lot of,
but that's not a smooth paved runway they were trying to land on.
Right. No, exactly. It's sea ice. It's rough. It's you're not going to be able to land on it.
Smacked into the ground.
And plus, if they're not able to control their speed as they're coming in, that
if they have
the terrain was.
Yeah, if they have no engine or anything, then
avionics controls. Yeah.
Does the black box contain sound?
It has cockpit sound recording, so you're going to hear,
but you're
not
hearing,
just what the pilot's transmitting. You're going to hear what the pilots are saying to each other,
Do
or
you hear
just
the
saying to
people?
himself. They're in the back,
Right.
not in the cockpit.
Okay,
Right.
so you don't necessarily hear
If
that.
they're screaming
hear
loud
them.
enough, it would pick it up.
Yeah.
And then there's also another recorder, or sometimes it's the same, but that's going to record like all the flight information on the speed, the direction.
Okay.
How much power?
All the
is going to the engines, that
instrumentation.
sort of thing. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. You have that's the
flight
data
so
recorder.
There's a flight data recorder, and then there's the cockpit voice recorder.
Yep. Exactly.
When did they start doing this?
Oh wow.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
70s probably. I mean,
And what was the point? To see if they could figure out what happened when nobody survived?
Reconstruction, yeah.
So
Oh,
like,
yeah, no,
do
exactly.
subs have black boxes?
What's that?
Do subs have black boxes?
Submarines have black boxes.
Well, they've got other things, say like the DDRT plotter, which is basically a pen on a stylus that draws basically everywhere the sub goes. So that we were here, basically. You know, there's a record of that.
Okay.
And if you get too close to where we say we don't go, some officer just comes along and unplugs it for an hour or so.
So 1939 was actually invented. 1942, a mechanical flight recorder that recorded test flight data was invented. And then 1953 was the first black box flight recorder. So it's actually been around for quite a long time.
Yes, it has.
And then the cockpit voice recorders were in the 60s.
And they're not black box?
No, it's black because it's a dark story. You know, they're like bright safety orange.
Yeah, they're orange, so you can find them.
I see, but it's called a black box because it has this death.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
But there's other things that happen if you have like any sort of mechanical in-flight emergency, something like that. And let's just say they get the plane on the ground safely. They need to pull the switches or the fuses on that to save the recorder, because it's really only recording the last 15 minutes, and it loops over and starts recording, 15 minutes ago. Because in a crash, you only care about the last 15 minutes.
Okay.
You don't care about the 2 hours where nothing happened.
Okay.
Well, I think some of them now actually.
I'm sure modern ones can probably record
modern
all day.
ones probably record everything because you get the context of how the flight, like a lot of
but it still will loop over it, so you have to save it by pulling the fuses when you get on the ground safely. And there's been problems in the past where the co-pilot or whoever was supposed to forgot, and then they lost the data for how they handled the emergency, or at least the record of how they handled it.
Yeah,
it happens.
I would think they probably figured that out by now, though, because like memory is very, very cheap and small now. It's very tiny. So I would think it probably records a lot more now than it did in the past.
Oh no, they do, because they there was a time that they only had to record say airspeed and direction and then voice. And then now it's like a modern 747 could record 23 or more different parameters of things going on with the aircraft.
Yeah.
But FAA only requires X number of parameters to be recorded. And then see, like the engineers and mechanics and whatnot back at Boeing headquarters could use all that extra information where we don't really need it for accident reconstruction.
Right. No, I gotcha. No, it's just, it's crazy. Now, like my, the company I work for, we've used Bering Air quite a bit when we have folks that are flying up to the North Slope, both, all the companies. There's multiple companies that I kind of work for, or that are all associated, and all of us have used Bering Air in the past. So it's kind of they're the only they're only company that really flies to a lot of the North Slope places from Unalakleet and from Nome, and so it's it's kind of like one of those situations that you got a lot of people that kind of rely on them for not just that, for freight and everything too, and so kind of tough, but lots of plane incidents just all of a sudden, all at once, right?
Honestly, it's gotten me incredibly paranoid. I hear a sound of a plane now, and I have some reactions. It's certainly been bothering me.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where it just stuff happens in bunches.
And Rob, I think you're right there, because one thing about all these incidents, they are all different.
Yeah, they're very different.
It'd be one
I
thing
see
if,
what
say,
you're
like,
saying. There's no pattern.
If doors kept falling off planes, another plane, the door fell off mid-flight. Yeah, we got to start looking at what we're making these doors out of.
Right.
But this is two planes colliding. Then another one just became a dirt dart, and
you have the helicopter one. You have the Pennsylvania one. You have the Nome one. We had an emergency landing at the University Mall by Northway or Merrill Field.
Yeah. So Kat and I actually came across that.
Yeah.
Like
I can name a couple more.
Like we basically were wondering whether it was on takeoff or landing. It turned out it was on landing, and it landed in the parking lot. But
was he just short on fuel? He couldn't make the next 200 yards.
I don't know.
It made me nervous.
and that plane may not have a recorder.
That was
required to.
Yeah, that was just a little tiny Cessna plane.
But I think if you're carrying passengers for charter,
it's
you have to
required.
have one.
Yeah, the small, like if you
Your own
are
plane.
Yeah, your own plane's not really going to have it. If you're flying passengers, it is definitely
Required, I
mandated, I
imagine.
believe.
It would make sense that it would be.
I believe it is a mandated thing if you're flying.
But if we're talking about the government doing things that make sense, now we're on to our other problems this week.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to see if I had any of those. No, I guess not. Darn it. We took a bunch of pictures of that plane when it was basically sitting there in the parking lot of the
Oh, you guys did
Merrill Field. Yeah, because because I hadn't really paid attention too much, and they're actually tearing down Northway Mall.
Yeah.
Are they?
Like there's a big chunk of Northway Mall that is gone.
Mm-hmm.
And
every time I was in that mall, I felt like I was overseas again.
Well, I was hoping we could turn it into some kind of a community resource building, public health building, something.
I mean, towards the
warming
end,
center, a food shelter. I was hoping we could use something that would benefit the community.
Towards the end of its life, I mean, there was for a while only 2 stores.
And they're like a mile apart from each other, and you have to be safely walking with your family.
But yeah, I felt like I was just walking somewhere, not like Hong Kong overseas, more like Tajikistan overseas, you know?
It is interesting. So I guess I've been to like that one mall in Corpus, the abandoned one, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
And then the Portland mall that we went to, that had a lot of abandoned, and there are people living in the mall and sleeping in the mall and, tents and stuff. And so it's this concept of, shoot, you think that your business is going into a mall, that you're safe because it's a mall, right? But if you are in a corner by yourself and nobody's around, you are not safe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're vulnerable. And there are some spots where it's like down a huge hallway and it's a salon full of women. And I'm just going like, I don't think this is safe. And they know it's not safe because they talk about it all the time.
And just think about if you had to call law enforcement for some sort of emergency, they got to come to the building and then they got to figure out what part of the building you're in and get to that. They got to run down that long hallway.
Yeah. There's no side door for the police, but it's
no, there used to. I mean, there was some nooks and crannies like that at Northway Mall. I mean, even at Northway Mall,
same thing.
Yeah, exactly. I found them.
Ah, nice.
There it is. That used to be cars.
Well, that's a problem. They got no propeller on the plane.
Oh no, it's still there. It's just been a.
Oh, it's just horizontal, or
yeah.
But you're not supposed to go, ass up like that. I know that.
No, they're not supposed to look like that. The wheel is usually connected to the fuselage and not 10 feet away. That's not how wheels work.
Well, in the pilot's defense, I think they usually keep their runways a little more policed,
Yeah, maybe.
It could have been FOD damage or FOD, foreign object damage.
Foreign object debris damage. Yeah, exactly. Whatever.
It's real.
Either I'm wearing a helmet. I'm going to walk around with a helmet now.
Yes.
We call it a cranial.
Just make sure that I need a little bit more. You don't know what some space debris of some blown up spaceship or helicopter or whatever is going to fly from the sky and wonk you.
Well, sure. Just flight deck crew. We just wore the cranial and the float coat.
Oh, I thought you meant my cranium.
No. Cranial is the type of.
I want to protect my cranium.
It's a hat. And it's got a couple of different, fiberglass type things to block and keep your. Just something hits you, flies off, and there's a little Velcro thing here for your emergency locator if you get blown overboard.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
If something comes down from the sky and hits me in the head, it's just that's your time. I mean, your time is up. Well, yeah, but I mean,
no, it wasn't my time. It was a cause and reaction of something else. That was not the good Lord sending down that rock. I gotta dodge it. I got things to do.
Well, I mean, if you're wearing a helmet.
I'm going to wear the helmet to protect the cranium.
Should wear a
Or
helmet.
duck.
Jody.
Or duck?
Yeah.
Duck?
Why
duck and cover?
How's a duck going to protect you? And it's not really going to stay on your head. It's going to fly away.
Dude, don't dismiss the duck. Okay, they're helpful.
Duck. Your turn. Sorry, that was one of our words this week. We were practicing. We had a whole sheet out, and I'm like, okay, let's think of all the TH words, all the SH words, all the CH words, and we were going through all of our lists and everything.
You taught your kids cuss words?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, obviously they tried to say that one, but I already knew, and I said, well, that word nor shite is going to go on this list, so we obviously know that.
Okay.
I did get some phoneme and diphthong dominoes. So like this side says BR and this side says TH or something. And then you have other bricks that you can like find the other, like if it's SH here and there's an IP here, you can connect them and now you have ship. So I had maybe 100 of these tiles and I just got them this week. And so I gave them to my son who's just about to turn 13 this next week. And I was like, okay, see if you can make any swear words out of these. And I'm like, this is what I'm having my young son do. But I mean, it's because I know he's going to know how to do it. And I don't trust my third graders. So luckily he's like, you can make gale, but you can't make gay. You can make fluke, but you can't make, F word.
F word.
So, he's like, you can almost make it, but not really. And I'm like, okay, awesome.
You should have challenged me. I was the one who was a sailor.
And I'm the one who swears more.
Yes.
Yes.
Very true.
Are you serious?
Oh my God, yes.
If
Michael doesn't
Benji
really
got
swear.
in trouble for cussing in school, they would never believe that it wasn't me that he got it from. I was the sailor. She's the one who cusses like a wounded pirate.
All the time. I love swearing. I don't like. I don't
too,
angry swear.
actually.
I don't angry swear that often. I mean, and if I do, that's really bad.
Recovering Mormon here.
Then maybe that's. I love to swear. Swearing's awesome.
I do it all the time too. Actually, I swear all the time.
Well, and then Wendy does it by default, right? Because she's from Jersey, so she just always effing this, effing that.
Yeah,
and I remember one time I had to tell her, I was like, Wendy, Grandma's upstairs. She's like, oh fuck,
I remember.
She couldn't help herself.
I remember a buddy of mine in high school who just every other word, fuck, fuckity, fuck.
That's annoying.
And as a dude, you cuss just a little too much, I think. I fucking do not cuss too much.
Oh, I like you, Michael.
I mean, that was almost like scripted, his response. And I was like, wow.
Right.
For example,
Mr. You.
I was on the phone with somebody the other day and we were going through something and it wasn't right. And I said, I don't even remember exactly what I said, but he laughed and he's like, Rob, I'm like, yeah. He's like, 4 out of the 5 words that you said in that sentence were cuss words. And they really were. I mean, it was like,
you got called out.
It was like all the words except for like one was a cuss word.
I've always just been wondering why, people allow themselves to get so worked up when they hear them. Some people just have like an attack when they're hearing vulgar words or finger gestures.
My mother, yeah.
We got wars and famine going on this planet, and this is what you're going to
clutch her pearls like nobody's business.
Really?
Yeah, she does not handle swears.
She is active Mormon, and plus she's a grandma now. So
yeah, but no, even my whole life, like if we watch the movie and the characters say the S word or something, my mother would shout out in the movie like, "What did he just say?" And I'm like, "Oh,
like
no."
In the theater?
Huh?
In the theater?
Yeah, because she just had to. She could be like, "Oh no," she like swears.
Oh,
doesn't like it.
Right.
She doesn't want her kids to hear it.
Well, she even called. She did what they call a tiger cruise. Her son, who's in the Navy.
Oh my God, this is
you
a
can bring a
messed up
dependent
story.
with you. You could bring a dependent with you for. This was a transit from Pearl Harbor back to San Diego, where the ship's home ported at.
Mm-hmm.
And Jeremy brought his mom, and they were like in line to chow, and this one sailor in front of them in line is just telling his story, talking like a sailor. and she turned around and called this guy out.
Oh,
Jimmy, just in case you didn't notice, not everyone here is,
Yeah, she would. Yeah, she would. She would call somebody out on that for the. Do you want to tell the?
Yes, ma'am. I'll try and watch that.
Do you want to tell the other story? Do you want me to do that?
Go ahead.
So she's on this Tiger cruise, and we're getting like these reports about her interactions with the crew or something, and all this fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so my little brother Jeremy, he says in this message to the family that somebody, another sailor, called mom a bitch, and we as a family were like, what?
You, of course, he had stood up and defended your mom, right?
That he had, right, and that he had said some sexually explicit thing towards my mom, and that Jeremy didn't do anything in front of my mom, and that he didn't defend her. And
he
Jeremy
just laughed with the rest of the crew.
Making this a joke. He's telling us this. This is like a funny. And so, of course, my entire family goes immediately the other way, thinking like, what? So my retired major of a father goes to like the highest person and emails, is like, we need to double check on, went up high to like make sure that this will not be happening. And Jeremy was telling he was making a joke. Like it didn't actually.
He left out the part that they were in an entertainment type show with a hypnotist.
That's what it was.
And the dude who went vulgar was actually hypnotized
to
at the time.
Bitch or something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They had a hypnotist on board for like MWR show.
So my little brother tells the story way wrong, and then all silence is like stopped for 3 days or something. My whole family's freaking out, really upset, and then this happens, and so my mom got to know how much we won't allow her to be mistreated amongst a bunch of naval sailors.
Right.
But at first she didn't even know what we were talking about either, sort of. And then we figure out, putting the puzzle pieces back together. Oh no, that was just a show.
Oh my goodness.
Because like Michael was like, what? And my dad was like,
I know. You're like,
no. My big brother was like, no. And I was like, no.
Everybody's all freaking out. And
No.
Like, no,
do not my mama. No, sir, Bob. Only we could mistreat her.
So I did get this today so speaking of Taylor Swift, wait,
do we have to?
Well, I like her as a person. We don't need to talk about the
nice.
This is the scroll outside of Rethink Home. Last chance. Go ahead.
To pick up a couch before Pennsylvania's better team takes on the Kansas City Taylor Swifts in the big game.
You can't really see the big game though thing.
It changes colors.
Yeah, that was a color change. I think if it was night, you could probably pick it up a little better. I think at night,
I'm sure right now
that's going to come out a little bit. Yeah, exactly. But
it's cute.
I like that. That was good, Michael.
Yeah, I've done it for a while. It's the New England was the New England Tom Brady's.
New England Tom Brady's.
Yep.
The Green Bay.
The Green Bay Brett Favre's, and just.
Oh, was it? That was the cute guy.
Well, yeah, but Aaron Rodgers.
So here's Taylor Swift with no paparazzi walking
amongst humans
up a stairs with her beau, Mr. Football player guy.
Hey.
I know. Everybody was like, she's just like a normal person walking upstairs.
Well, that's obvious.
Well, there's a comedian I follow that he mentioned Taylor could still walk among us normies, kinda.
Right.
Or say like Michael Jackson could not.
Right. Or Elvis could not. But definitely Michael Jackson, and especially the world.
Mm-hmm.
You hit that man goes into Filipino or Philippines. Mm-mm. He ain't coming out.
What? Or Paris?
Yeah. I mean, really anywhere. Indonesia.
But
They
yeah, when
love
word
Applejack.
would get out that what hotel he was staying in,
Petty Patty works so.
immediately there's 5,000
Hi,
people
Patty.
outside it.
Yeah.
Oh, there was another one. So I don't know what happened to it, but so you saw that one with the with no paparazzi. Well,
I saw his hand a little low on her back.
Well, if that's her bow, that's okay.
I'm kidding. I don't even know that happened. I just did that.
What's funny is when she came back out, it was like flash bulbs and
because they knew
just
the truth there.
craziness.
Word out.
Oh yeah, no, exactly. It's like as soon as the word got out,
That's sad.
she was.
I can't wait until the paparazzi thing is just not a.
There's
field.
there it is. There's a picture. Same place.
Why do we need a picture of this? Why do we
is he
need
dressed
this?
as a mechanic?
Why is he dressed as a mechanic? Oh yeah, right.
Maybe he can be.
Because he's Travis.
I guess he couldn't go dressed as a tight end because that would look weird at dinner.
Right, you can't wear. Can't wear your best, jersey. Oh, that's right. We have Jersey Day this week at school. It's Spirit Week. I got to get a Bengals jersey together.
Oh, you have it coming up this coming week?
Yeah, it's Spirit
cool.
Week at school.
Oh,
it's jamming day on Monday. Lots of things.
Jammy day. So okay, so Spirit Week. So it's like every day is a different day.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So Jammy Day on Monday. What day is football day or Jersey Day?
I couldn't tell you. I have to read an email to find that out. All I know
I'll
is that
just check
Monday.
the schedule for the next day.
Exactly. All I know is Jammy is Monday, so I will start with Monday.
And when you leave class Monday afternoon,
I will find out.
See what Tuesday is.
Yep. But some of them I don't really do. Like Inside Out Day, I that bothers me.
Well, it's tough to get your zipper done.
I dress for fun. I don't dress to be weird. Like that's weird to me. I don't like it. It's not an outfit.
Inside Out used to be a fashion,
but not to me.
But then Crisscross came, and Inside Out was whack.
Daddy, make it jump.
Wiggity wiggity whack. Crisscross will make you jump.
I was in middle school in Germany when that was out. Oh yeah.
So so this is the follow-up. So you saw how quiet it was, right? When she went in, she walked into the restaurant. Some people were sitting at the outside table and they said, "Oh, hi." Nope. Now listen to people screaming. I mean, so she is one of the most popular people in the world right now.
Absolutely.
I mean, there is
What are they cheering?
I know.
Her.
I mean,
go Taylor, digest your dinner. What?
I feel so bad for her. Exactly. She doesn't need this at all.
Yeah, I mean, they're just out having dinner, right? They're just.
I love her. I don't. Yeah, and she just doesn't need this.
And I mean, this is a news station that's even showing this.
I don't understand that it's
New
not
Orleans.
news.
I mean, they are in New Orleans, so
it is the world. He's got a big thing to go do tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think this was a day ago. This was like last night. But yeah,
I'm pretty sure they are locked up in their hotels tonight.
Yeah. It's just, okay, yeah. So
already asleep.
Yep. There's when they go into the restaurant.
We love you.
Just one or two people having dinner outside.
I promise not to tell anyone.
Yeah,
right.
Just my 7 closest friends.
Yep. There's going in, and there's coming out. Oh, that was the going in, yeah. And then the coming out craziness, just nuts.
It would be bold. I don't think I would tolerate that very well if we had a bunch of people following us. I'd be pissed off.
What's funny is Alaska, you don't get this reaction up here. No. There's quite a few famous people that come up here.
Yeah, definitely. That's the thing, is that there are celebrities in Alaska, big celebrities, but it's just a different world. It's so small up here that it's not what that is.
And that's what a lot of them say. Like Clint Eastwood's got a place up here.
Mm-hmm.
Carl Malone, I think, has a place or did have a place
Drew
up
Barrymore's
here.
walking her dog down Park Street. I mean, it's like we just don't mess with people.
And people are just like, hey, look at that.
Scotty Gomez.
Yeah, I just don't need that.
So Patty's favorite encounter with a celebrity will be Harrison Ford just flying his little plane into a little airport in nowhere, Kansas.
Harrison Ford is
No, probably.
spent
Yep.
time in Alaska.
Yep.
Yeah, we got a funny
No,
story about
exactly.
him at it wasn't the Eagle River Nature Center. I think it was where's the one where they have the ferry with the rope where you got to pull across?
Is it the Russian River?
Yeah, I'm not
Is
sure.
it where that guy died?
Yeah, the forest
where he fell off the?
Yeah, I
helping
think
people
so.
with the bridge?
Oh,
So
I don't
Harrison
know.
Ford was there with his family and whatnot, and when he's pulling his family across, someone else just fired off the Indiana Jones kind of riff.
That's funny.
That's funny. That is kind of funny, actually.
I was like, that's cute. That's not being an ass.
Yeah.
Now Christopher Walken is just cursed now. Anytime he's out in public, all he hears is someone, more cowbell.
Oh,
It's funny to hear him tell this story.
Christopher
I was
Walken.
I was at a restaurant and having Italian restaurant. He mentioned some Italian dish that may or may not be common. I don't know. I speak Italian. I was just trying to enjoy by, and the waiter said, "Do you need more cowbell, sir?" I was like, "Come on." I
Oh,
can't
my
do a Christopher
goodness.
Walken impression, but
No, I can't either.
just imagine that Christopher Walken-y.
Yeah.
No, it's a funny interview.
I bet. And on something completely different, it's a kitty.
Oh, nice. I like cats.
Let's copy, baby.
I thought that
I've
was
never
funny.
seen a cat do that.
Right. I haven't. Yeah, I knew exactly. I mean, you look at him first, though. He's like looking around. He's like, "Is anybody watching?" All right, I'm
I've
going
seen a
for
cat-
it.
I've seen a cat do that with water.
Oh,
Like monkey would do that with water.
pot with her paws
paw
and
bring her
bring it
paw
to
to
her
her mouth
mouth.
to drink it. Yeah,
I got you.
I've never seen him do it with food.
So I just heard a little bit of the song that we had that conversation about, Michael. The System of a Down song, Chop Suey. And I don't know, you probably know this, Rob, maybe not. But anyways, so the band, you tell it, Michael.
When they were putting the song together, there's they had the song, but there's a point when they got to the bridge and they hadn't written the lyrics for it. They just did not have a lyric for this.
Couldn't figure it out.
And just kind of brainstorming for a bit. So the music producer, I think it was, just tells them, go to the bookshelf there and grab any book and flip to a page and read that. And he reads that, and it was
Father, to your hand, lift up my
Father,
spirit.
to my
Father,
hands.
why have you
the
forsaken
bridge,
me?
The lyrics for it.
And it was beyond
Perfect.
perfection, as we all know.
Oh, wow. Right. Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
like the high point of the song.
It is. It's the whole point. Like, it's
And
to
it
the
was
song.
just random. Grab a book, flip it up to a page. We'll see what that is.
This song here.
No, not that one.
System
Sorry.
of a Down.
I thought I heard
Chop Suey.
Chop Suey, System of a Down, but not.
Okay, not that one.
Not
Okay.
Linkin Park, yeah.
No, okay. I wouldn't even. Yeah.
I think maybe what I heard wasn't what I actually heard. It was just on
I
my
got
brain.
you. Just that went on your brain. Okay,
Like,
I got you.
chop, chop, chop.
Nobody else heard that but us.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But yeah, I remember when I was working at Barnes and Noble and System of a Down came out, and I was like, "What is that song?" And I'm like, "What is that song?" And nobody was like, "I have no idea what you're talking about." And I was like, "He goes."
And that I don't think that was System of a Down. I think that was like an all-star group.
Really?
I
thought that was System of a Down.
No, it was the singer from System of a Down, and
Oh.
it was just like at the end when he was, yeah, you can't. I'll remember this at 3 a.m.
Yeah, you will.
Wake me up and tell you
Roll
then.
over and wake me up, baby, and tell me.
I got it.
Oh.
What is it?
So Patty went in to get a wisdom tooth removed that was causing issues. Then we went to the airport restaurant he flies into. I was loopy and he had a blast picking on me. Yeah, I bet. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I know.
funny.
I know Kat has videos of me a few times when I had like procedures or whatever. I had a dentist procedure, or maybe I had another one where I had like a back.
Look this up.
What? The song? Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, she's got videos of me being loopy, silly.
It was not fun being a gay teenager with being on Honesty Juice with your mother after your toe surgery. That was scary. I was like, I could tell her anything. I don't want to tell her anything.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Here's a robot hitting a hole in one today or
How about
yesterday.
this? Yesterday, a robot taking a swipe at this, David. And what else would you expect here at the Waste Management Phoenix Open?
Really, that robot is called Eldrick.
How's this?
And both Eldricks have done that at 6.
But couldn't do it twice.
Hear you.
I'm all for, Spooks, that was great, well done, but can it do it repetitively?
Can it do it again?
If not, it's just monkeys on a typewriter.
It's this song. Toxicity.
Okay.
Of your city, of your city.
Oh, that song. Yeah.
Just a fire. Yeah, that one.
Okay. Yeah.
See, I know my System of a Down. I know my
But
boys.
that's not the one we were just talking about.
La 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 la.
Yeah. But
Everybody's
Chop Suey was
coming
the one with
to
the
the
bridge.
party, have a real good time. It's that song. It's that song.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 to bathe the moon, sunshine.
Chop Suey is still System of a Down, though.
Is Chop Suey that?
Yes.
Is that song?
No, Chop Suey is the one we were talking about. where
Right,
he
Father,
pulled
to
the
your
book off the
hands.
shelf. Yeah.
So this is the
He's
toxicity.
talking about toxicity.
Is it
Oh.
BYOB? La 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 la. Ooh.
But what's the? They're both by System
It's
of a Down, though,
BYOB,
right?
I think. Yep.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Damn. Get out.
You're getting on there.
Well, there was another popular song where he just went his voice towards the end, and
Well, it wasn't that.
Well, that's what I'm thinking of.
That's
It
the
was
one I was
just-
thinking of. All right, when
Well-
are we gonna be done? I gotta go clean a store.
Oh my gosh. We can be done whenever you want to
We
be
didn't
done.
even talk about anything controversial today.
I
No,
don't
we
want
didn't.
to.
Well, see, you miss out.
I don't want to.
You think the wrong people are bad.
Oh
and
my
they're the ones saving us.
God.
All right, fine.
No.
All of my friends are in pain and misery.
But it's all made up and in their heads. They've been fooled by the propaganda.
Everyone is crying and upset. It's horrible.
What if I told you?
Are you serious?
Of course they are. I can understand why. They're very upset. There's a lot of stuff going on.
You know what's going on is they're showing the corruption, and the people that were orchestrating the corruption are saying, "My God, you got to stop this."
I mean,
and they made you got to stop exposing our corruption.
I was gonna say I can see like them trying to trigger people into saying no, stop Elon Musk, because that's exactly what they want them to do, because they don't want them to show the stuff coming out and everything. Sure, I mean I can logically understand the follow through, but I think it's more like we're here and you want me to be upset. I shouldn't be upset about point number 2, but I'm upset because I know it's going to go to point number 10. And I know that the steps are going to happen. I'm just upset early because I know where the road is leading.
All the hatred that you have for the President Trump or Elon Musk has just been generated by them as provocateurs to make you say these are bad racist people. I hate hearing how Donald Trump was a racist, and I remember him dating Kara Brown in the 90s.
That doesn't make
I
you
know it
just
doesn't
because you
mean
date somebody
anything,
of
but it
color
goes a
doesn't
long
mean you're
way
not
towards them
racist.
not being racist.
Just because you have a family member doesn't make you not racist. That means nothing.
Well,
you
that
can be
family member
racist
was
with
his
a
So
colorful wife.
just a question.
Yeah.
Just a question. If we get 2 years into this and we're not even at step 4, will you admit that you maybe were not correct? Will you admit that?
Or will you at least believe there was a smear
Me-
campaign against
me,
him?
Jody the person?
Yes.
If I were to see that the fears were to be unfounded?
Correct.
Sure.
Okay. That's all anybody can ask. Is
Because we
just-
didn't have the cattle cars coming to take people away during the first presidency either.
No, but we do have our school, or literally our school board, telling us we don't have to let the police into our buildings because we don't, and they're not taking our children. We've had absolutely FBI has come into different classrooms in Alaska, and the school district has put out that we don't have to allow them into our school building, and we're not going to. Because our 5-year-olds aren't criminals. They're not.
If they're not in the country legally,
But they're
I'm
not a
saying
criminal. They're here for public education.
they're at that building for public education, but they could be in America under other than legal means.
Jody's going to take care of them.
That's fine. You're still,
I'm going to
they
take
are
care of
still
them.
subject to the laws that could cause them to be removed.
It's just that we're not going to let the police into our school. That's just what we're not going to do. All of us have agreed to that.
And it won't be the police. It'll actually be federal agents.
Correct. So we don't have to let
Right.
anyone into the school that we don't want to, and we won't let them in. They can wait afterwards. But
And
our,
they will.
you know, there's we're like our school is a safe place. As much as
And
we
I
can make
don't
it.
actually see ICE coming in to take kids if they
Sure
haven't
hope
already
not.
gotten the parents.
I mean, I sure hope not. Yeah, I mean that would be that's fucked
I mean,
up.
that'd be an easy way to get the parents.
It would be
Oh, we
fucked
have your
up if they
kids.
did that. Yeah, they kidnap your child and say, "Hey, come here. We have your child." I mean, that's fucked.
But it'd be a lot. I mean, it'd be pretty bad too to, get mom and dad, at their jobs or wherever they are during the day, and then the kids come home on a bus to a note on the door.
You don't think that
Hey,
could
your parents
happen?
aren't here anymore.
Yeah,
I'm not saying.
absolutely.
Yeah.
But this is why I want to talk about it because it's
What
it's
about
very
when-
real right now.
Okay, well, how about when OCS comes to your school to take your kid?
Again, police, we don't need to necessarily let them in unless they're. I mean, we have a say of who we choose to let in or out.
Well, when OCS comes to get the kid, they usually do it with the state.
I was
going to
say also in those cases, we work with those, like, you know what I mean? They're in-state programs, in-state things. So we work with our programs and like that. But this being that outside source, like, no. But usually when OCS is involved, it's because we've called them or because there's, we're in connection with them.
Well, for the federal government to come to us here in the state, they have to bring a local law enforcement. I mean, normally you bring the sheriff or something like that, but since we don't have a sheriff,
don't have a sheriff.
you bring a
Yeah,
state
exactly.
trooper.
Mm-hmm.
You bring a state trooper. So if like the feds are ever knocking on your door, want to talk to you, you could just straight up and say, "Where's the trooper?"
Right.
And shut the door.
Yeah.
Chances are they got their foot in your door, so you can't. But yeah,
It's a very scary time right now, and I'm not feeling very good.
Well, you don't have reason to be scared. Be scared for other people.
Yeah, my empathy is definitely is being impacted.
Yeah, you were born in Alabama, so I mean, you're not going to be.
No, yeah, exactly. I'm fine, but I don't just care about me. I care about a lot more people than just me. Usually, I'm the last person that I think about.
When abortion was given back to the states, and Van was making a big deal about it, and I was like, "Van, you're in your 60s, and I'm just curious, are you concerned you're going to be caught in Tennessee one day needing an abortion, or are you just making a big deal out of this for clout?"
But you can care about other people struggling, even if it doesn't necessarily directly affect you. It's called an ally.
Yeah, that person could move out of Tennessee, but
So
I'm
simple.
just saying,
So
I always
simple.
think the choice should have been with
So
the states.
simple. Boom. There it's done. Good job.
And that's the way it always should have been. It should have been a decision left up to the
I
states
think-
and the voters of those states.
I would like all the states to have it be legalized, but if they choose not to, I mean, it's
But-
tough.
But you're making that decision for North
That's my
Dakota.
that's my opinion.
should
I want
up
it to be
North
legalized in all
Dakota
50
to make
states.
it
Absolutely.
North Dakota's decision.
Yep. But I think it's okay if I want to go to North Dakota and get my business done. My state don't need to know about it. My business.
No, I don't have a
I agree
problem
with that. The state
I don't
doesn't
have a
need to
problem
know.
with anyone in Wyoming driving to Colorado.
It's
to
like
get the
driving to
procedure done if
Portland
they
to go
have
get
to.
pot. I was like, go to where
Yep.
it's legal and
Yeah,
smoke
yeah,
pot and come
no-
back.
I have no problem with people doing that.
Yeah.
It's just
I
when
do
the
think
voters
that
of said
states
state say they don't
certainly
want
get the
this
right
on
to make their
books.
choices. I just personally want it to be legal in all 50
Right.
states. I want it
Right,
to be
but I
a
think
U.S. right, or
if-
not necessarily a right, but something that is my choice.
Right, but
for
if,
my
if
body.
the people of the state vote overwhelmingly for whichever way it goes,
Whichever
I
way
mean,
the
you
majority of the
just-
people feel.
Yeah, exactly. It's like that's the way.
So
it's
I don't see a
supposed to
problem
go,
with people
so.
having an ally for a cause that doesn't necessarily. I mean, I'm gonna start getting mad if I like go to the Jewish synagogues, and do volunteer time and stuff, and start getting really interested in that, even though I'm not Jewish at all. It's not a bad thing. Just opening up my horizons.
You are correct. All right. Well,
And
on that,
I'm gonna go clean my store.
yeah, go clean your store.
All right. Bye,
All right.
everybody.
Bye. All right, I'll be back. Michael, you going to do next week with me?
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
cool. Well, then we will see you on Tuesday.
Tuesday.